Hello everyone, and welcome to an all-new series where we will be playing as the Adventurers of Corintar. That's us right here, Corintar, where are we? Corintar, there it is. So, if you don't know what this game is, this is Europa Universalis 4 in the mod Anbanar, where it's a total fantasy conversion of the game. So we are not in Europe, we are actually in a completely different world. This I will read in a bit. I'd like to go over what we're actually doing first. So Corintar is the... well, let's start with this. We are starting in what is known as Cstonath, or Escann. Recently, there was a huge orc invasion, so if we look in the culture map mode, look at all those orcs. Yeah, not great. The hero of the Greentide was Corin. She was a avatar of the disgraced god Agrados, and she beat the orc god and ended their invasion. There's a lot of them still here, but they're not a unified force anymore. The remnants of her adventuring party settled down over here and are now the company of Corintar. So the rest of these are about how we're going to deal with the aftermath of all this stuff. So we are playing with these regions on. I turned these off so that my computer can actually run at a reasonable speed. And we are playing with Great Conquerors on and with their variants. So let's get that started. And while we're doing that, we're going to read this over on the right. Memories... Luthane Bluetusk Silmuna has lots of those. His earliest, the soft hands and warm tears of his mother, Ellis the Blue, a relic of hers to add to the Silmuna name, and the blue scarf forever tied around his left tusk. His most recent standing mere steps away from Corin, yet seemingly galaxies apart. As she rose her shield to defend him, slew and was slain by the Dookanson. The Dookanson is the orc god that was in charge of the Greentide. And he watched the woman who had saved his life and his heart become something more. There are plenty of others that thrum through his mind as he sits in his tent in Iontras, knowing soon he must rise and speak to Corin's, now whose, circle, his bitterest, watching sprawled on the ground, his sword and the two fingers it had carved from Karag Bloodfist laying mere meters away. Yet his arm still numb from the war leader's victorious blow in the Orzam Chandash, as his fellow half-orcs were executed to the man. His darkest, the time in a pit after that, cursing every god he knew by the name of. His brightest, the sight of a human face, the red hair encircling it lit bright by the setting sun, offering him freedom from the pit, in the ground and in his soul. And from there, it seems Corin is a bright red thread tangled through all his memories, his proudest, rising in the council of the Marcher Lords, seeing every face turn him to outline their strategy. But his eyes only caught one another's. His most perplexed, as they spoke one night after her death at Rottenstep, and he strained his mind to encompass it. His most joyful, that night by the campfire, not even 2 weeks ago. But all that is the past now, severed and permanently, as permanently from the present as Corin is from the mere mortality. It is just another thing he carries, like the scarf on his tusk, and so it is time for him to rise, speak to her circle and her followers. Her work is not yet done, and it is up to us on Halan to see it through. Halan is the name of the planet. We are the Corintar, Blue Tusk shall lead. Very nice. So we get these bonuses until he dies, which is fine. So Lothane Blue Tusk is a half-orc, so the Greentide had been going on for about 20 years before it was eventually stopped. He is notably 19 years old, so he was born pretty much right after it started, and was, living in the orc-infested area. So most of our people are humans. We are Corintari. We are in the, is this the Escann religion group? Yeah, we're in the Escann group. Oh, that's the, there you go, Escann group. Who's this? Oh, they added a half-elf tag. Nice. I did not know they added a half-elf culture. Very cool. So, first things first, we have to set our rivals. And we are actually playing as a tribal country, so we do have this. So first, I would like the... And they rivaled me. Of course they did. Okay. I will have other people in my... what's it called? Federation. You can be in my federation. And let's set rivals. Of course they rivaled me. Of course they rivaled me. Flunghead is a good one to start with, and so is Groundhawk. What about Bloodgorger? Are you Bloodgorger? You're Bloodgorger, okay. And I suppose Bloodgorger can be the other one. I will try to get the Iron Hammers to be more amicable. So for the first couple months, we are going to have Castellos as our god, but there's going to be an event in a month or so where we will change our god. The head of the Regent Court, Castellos is the eldest of the original 3 siblings of the Pantheon, the others being Ishralania and Agrados, and is the god of rule and order. Once a great warrior, his rescue of his son Edian against the first dragon Maliath led to Castellos' left arm and leg to be bitten off. Now Castellos rules from his throne as a just and rightful king, allowing his subjects, the other gods, to do good in his stead. Very nice, because I just want the extra admin points. That's really it. Alright, I do have money, but I would rather fill out my ranks. I currently have 2 horses. Give me another horse. Yeah, so the early game is pretty... It's very much a Thunderdome. Let's see what I get for a ruler. That's all good. 4 fire. That's... okay, that's fine. I suppose we'll see what happens. Let's go down to speed 4 because it's going to be a little fast. There we go. There's that. Bunch of events. All right, who else do I want in my thing? Pioneer Guild. No, because they are already in a federation. Let's go into the federation map. I believe it's under diplomatic. Federations. Okay, these guys are already in. So they have a couple choices. How about you? Brave Brothers. Yes, you could be in my federation. All right. So first, Corin's fall. The Greentide began 20 years ago when the orc Korgus Dookanson, who claimed he was the son of their evil god, invaded and laid waste to the chivalric kingdoms of Escann. Only Corin, a mortal woman imbued by the powers of Agrados, the disgraced god of war, could stop them. And stop them she did. And with her followers, she united the marchers and adventurers in Escann into a single force of good, stopping the invasion of western Cannor, dead in its tracks. Yesterday, on the 11th day of the month of Narrament, Korgus Dookanson was slayed by the heroine Corin in the city of Cstonath. But in return, she too lost her life. It's been 2 days ago now because it took a little bit. Corin is dead, but so too is Korgus. It is now up to the rest of us to follow her legacy and bring an end to the Greentide once and for all. Fight continues. 50 Adventurer Unity, which is, in base game, this mechanic is militarization for Prussia. And tribal development growth. Very nice. Okay. There's that, and we need an heir. As we currently have no designated heir for Captain Lothane Bluetusk, we have several options to choose from. The Adventurer Captain's probably the best one. Yeah, because I don't really... like, what faction is in charge right now? The Marchers, they're the ones I want to be in charge, so we're just going to leave it as that. So just do this one. Give me the extra Adventure Unity. All right. Good guy. Isobel. That's a woman. Okay, that's not what I expected, but sure, whatever. I'll take that. So we got that, and then instead of that, we'll just grab 2 more regular soldiers. I'd like to fill this out as soon as I can. Let's see. Okay. 10th Pantheonic Council. This is the event I was talking about. There are rituals and forms associated with a Pantheonic Council laid down in the centuries since the worship of the Regent Court was first codified. There must be a gathering of every deity's high priest. There must be at least 7 days of discussion, a further 7 days of debate, and a further 7 days of debate. There are required rites of thanksgiving, of divination, of worship. None of those rules were followed in the so-called 10th Pantheonic Council. It was a conclave of unruly adventurer clerics, many barely literate in the teachings of their deity, led by the previously unknown Dominic of Gallows Peak. It is less a discussion than a wild speculation. Corin was not slain in truth, but instead moved beyond cursed Agrados heresy and ascended to take that fallen god's place on the court. Or perhaps it is less a proclamation than a wildfire. These beliefs grew fast amongst Escanni adventurers, followed them back to their homes across Cannor, and there spread like a spark in dry kindling. Lothane Bluetusk has well noted the growing faith in her ascension, and it seems today the temples themselves have issued statements agreeing to this status. They note further discussion is not necessary about her relationship to Agrados and all his failings, but they shall not stand before the tide. Let it be proclaimed across Corintar, so all may learn that Corin has joined the Regent Court as a goddess of war, bravery, and heroism. So we could just be like, oh, new person on the court, that's a new god on the court, very nice. Or we have fought alongside her. So we get Adventurer Unity, switches to Corin, and Prestige, very nice. That is a good start. The Wood Elves. This is another event of something that happened. Amongst the many allies Corin gathered were the Wood Elves of the Deep Woods. Many were displaced by the Greentide, and eager to assist Corin in the fight against the Dookanson, However, after the Orcish defeat at Cstonath, that binding force ended. No small number left to seek a new life in Escann, but those that remain are no doubt dedicated to Corintar. So the Deep Woods is a big old forest down here that was completely controlled by the Fae. Corin did some adventuring down there, and, well, it's not completely controlled by the Fae anymore. There's also a bunch of orcs, because there's, of course, orcs everywhere. Very nice. Elves are at... There's just coexistence right now. Alright, let's get these troops. Oh, what do we got here? Adventurer army, 75% of force limit. Very nice. While we are heavily reliant on the average adventurer for resettling the land, we do still need a group of adventurers we can trust to always be ready to defend our borders and push back the orcs. Very nice. Morale of armies for 20 years. Very good. Stability 2. 100 crowns. Okay. We can bump stability at some point. Oh, we're pretty good on that. Let's bump stability once. Alright. I believe you have allied with this one. Yep, they always do. And let's grab that one last one also. Just a bit longer. One more guy. Alright, that's my force limit. So first, can I declare on you? Yes, I can. Reclamation of Escann. And Flunghead, I'm going to co-belligerent you. We're going to run directly after Flunghead because they get a War Wizard. Alright, there's a lot more of them, but I don't care. Let's go kill them. We are a tech ahead. We are tech 3, they are tech 2. It is a good start. And we have this, the green threat. We must never forget nor forgive the orcs for what they have done. It is time to finish what Corin started and strike back and reclaim Escann from the green skins, or die trying. Very nice. And the other thing I want to see is, do we have... Hello. Yes, we do. He costs 15. How big's our loan? 9. That's 2 loans to get him. That's not worth it. Die, please. Very good. All right. I suppose we'll see what happens there. Let's start spying on him so we can siege it up a little faster. Favored by the gods, Corin. Many worshippers of the Regent Court feel a close association with one member of the Pantheon or another, but few have actually met a deity in person. Lothane Bluetusk is actually a example of someone who has. Even among those that have it, it is rare for someone who has a bond as close as that of Lothane Bluetusk to Corin, goddess of war. During the struggles of running the adventurer of Corintar, you often find yourself wondering what Corin would have done, combing through your memories for answers, but you knew her in many different forms, and you sometimes wonder which part of Corin's life you should dedicate your focus to. Spending many of your waking hours in prayer, journaling, and reminiscence would take your focus from the direct administration of the realm and require the delegation of some important responsibilities, but could finally give you a deeper insight to some of the questions that have plagued you since that day at Cstonath. Will you pursue the wisdom of Corin further, Luthane? Yes, I will. So monthly military power is really nice, or infantry combat ability. I think this one's a little stronger in general, so we're going to do that one. All right, let's keep that going. Please give me this fort. Invite human people from neighbors. We are primarily human, so I don't really care if they come. They're allowed to come if they wish. Where are they coming from? The orcs there. Okay, cool. They can come if they wish. Yeah, so there's migration events. So we have minorities in this land. We have half-orcs, we have humans, who are the majority, and we have elf minority. They give bonuses to various things, depending on what race they are. And the migration events are to let you move them around. Come on. There we go, very nice. You... I just want all your tribal land. That's all I want, and that's not what you're going to give me. Let's come over here. And let's see what they'll give me. Are y'all boot? Of course they're right there. Alright, let's go kill them. That's going to hurt. That ought to do. Very nice. And give me your money, too. Really? That's it? Okay. I will take your tribal land. Thank you very much. That is all tribal land. We will... get that once we, modernize. No need to take their actual land right now. Province of production tech. I'll take the admin points. Thank you. I will... Is that worth it right now? Yes, I think it is. So we can do this one. Consolidating our gains. Our victories and adventures in Escann have granted many of our members riches, accolades, and stories to tell. However, now the real work begins. If we want to have a real future here, we need to get everyone back on the same page and loyal to our company's banners. Let them spend their gold and treasures on their needs and wants, but also remind them that reinvesting in the company can help secure their future. Very nice. 100 crowns. Love that. Can I build something here that's useful? The one that I want is the one for... I think Federation Cohesion is the one that I want. Oop, that's the wrong button. Can I get one for that? I believe if I look on this page, it's a lot easier to read. So not those. Let's see. This is Force Limit. Wait, those are the Orc ones. War Camp. Guildhall. Guildhall, I think, is the one I want. Yeah, I think one of the ones that cost 200. Let's see. It's, probably Guildhall, actually. That's fine. We'll be a bit. It's good to have a little bit of a war chest, at least. We do have another mission that we did. This one is have some more land. Tribal land. Supply train pioneers. As we continue to secure new territories in Escann, more and more have joined our company's supply train, offering goods and services from hunters selling meat to whores selling their bodies. These people, whether they have come from Cannor for a better life or are former Escanni refugees who have returned home, are no doubt the backbone of our endeavors here. They are under our protection, and we should treat them as a country should treat its citizens. Very nice. Gives me dev cost and tribal development growth. Very nice. Any of these useful? That's gold. Okay. For the farmlands, that's pretty useful. What do I need for that? 3 of those? Okay. Not enacted adventuring company. Okay, cool. That's done then. Yeah, so none of those we'll be able to do. And then we do have to make the Federation members like me more. Human migrants arrive. Very nice. I get a free development here. We got Dax. Alright, come on. Very nice. Alright, you will give me all of your tribal land. Thank you. Or most of your tribal land. That's fine. That's not worth it. Oh, I don't have a guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very nice. Now we have to deal with the fun thing. Do you have any allies? You're allied with a lot of people. What about you? Rock Cleaver and Severed Ear. Not really going to be able to fight that on my own right now. So instead, we're going to make our Federation members like me more. You guys are going to drill right here. We do have something here. Home, which is... I need 6 provinces. Very nice. While not all of us come from the same place in Escann, every one of us found a fledgling home. As such, we absolutely need to secure the area surrounding our capital to establish a core that can attract both old and new Escanni to our lands. Very nice. And that's a bunch of points. Very nice. Then this one, I need 200 crowns, and I get settle cost and aggressive expansion. Don't care about that. I need 8 per month construction cost, and manpower level needs to come up. Okay. How about you? Are you allied to anyone important? Oh, it's a heart grinder. Just heart grinder. Interesting. Yes, I think we're going to chill for a bit. I think that's the proper call here. Because one of the things we're waiting for is this to be done so I can do the enable Federation offensive wars. That'll actually let us take some guys on. What are we at here? Out of 14. I do need to move the capital because we're getting a lot of devastation here. Let's see. Which one of these is useful right now? Let's move it here. Has to be next to me. Not adjacent. Cool. So let's go to this one. Cost me 50 military points, but I'm okay with that. That'll be fine. Are we still at the good force limit? Yes, we're still at 13 now. Okay, that's fine. Problematic relations. The Blood Gorger can suck it, or I get 40 crowns for 10 army tradition. Where are we at? Yeah, I think that's pretty worth it, honestly. Yeah, Blood Gorger, you suck. I'm gonna kill you. What does this one have to be at? They need to be at 200. That's totally doable. Oh, here we go. Offensive Wars. Federation Offensive Wars. Very worth it. All right. Stop drilling. Who are you allied with? Just Severed Ear. All right. And these guys are going to come in? Yeah, we'll definitely be able to kill these guys. That should be pretty easy. Let's get my morale back, please. All right. Time for you to die. Ooh, tech? Is that military tech? Yes, it is. This will be way easier now. Let's kill them. Reclamation of Escann, please. I have no diplomats. Right. But that should bring that up to 200. No, you're not. In war together is only 25. I see. All right, let's make them love me a bit more then. Poor government policies. I have an extra step. That's fine. Let's see. Are you going to do it for free? Yes, you are. All right. Are you going to do it for free? Yes, you are. All right. If you're going to do it for free, I'll definitely take your stuff. Thank you. Goblin Minister. Let's be nice to the goblins. So this is an event where a minority has an exceptional person come forward. You can either make them a advisor that's cheap, or you can have them have a better reputation for their community. No, I think the integration will be better. Oh, hello. General's dead. That's too bad. He sucked anyway. I don't have the points for another one. I went for the tech early. That's fine. I should be able to kill them. Very nice. Let's get a general. All right, there he is, and he's exactly as bad. All right, not alone. We are not the only ones fighting the orcs here in Escann, and since we have a common threat and lots of free land, we have a clear reason to work together. Very nice, 50 diplo points. And this is, I need 2 members in the Federation. Cooperation. Different issues require different people. Different resources require different skilled workers. As such, we can help our neighbor with their issues, and they can help us with ours. Very nice. Government reform and admin points. Very nice. And urbanize Bernal. Need to get rid of Adventuring Company. That's fine. Okay, you're done. Can I take any of your stuff? No, just give me your money then. 55 crowns, I'll take that. Not all of it's going to me, but that's fine. Most of it is. Going right here. Kill them. Goodbye. What are we at in terms of participation? 34%. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Let's loot this city while we're here. Taking attrition. That's impressive. Should be a stable government. Shut up. All right, we'll deal with that in a moment. That's a big one. Emulant. Adventurer Ascendant. Some would argue that the place of a ruler is not in caverns or dungeons, risking their lives to fight foul creatures that threaten the realm. Some would say that adventurers are a necessary evil, and it is beneath the dignity of a sovereign to play act as one. But Lothane knows that his duty as Corin's successor, to fight back against vile things that lurk in the shadows. Such evils have led Lothane to the yawning portal that opens before him, a great gash in the earth that looms ominous before him, and the adventurers who he'd gathered for the expedition. Many peasants had vanished in the area, and many days of tracking and investigation had led to this cave. Whatever monsters lay inside, they would not leave. One by one, Lothane's company drew their weapons and torches and made their way inside. Many hours would pass as the company delved below, striking at the monstrous heart of evil that lay beneath the surface, before making their escape back to the surface. Okay, bursting into the sunlight as the stones of that wretched cave shuddered and crumpled behind Lothane. The adventurers flung themselves into the grass. For a moment, the only sound was the panting of exhausted warriors who had barely escaped death. Then, from Lothane's lips, a laugh, a smile, breaking across his face. As he looked around to their companions, the laughter spread like a rolling wave across the exhausted heroes, and soon enough, all were roaring with great comic joy of life, triumph, and exhaustion. They sat there, soaking in the coolness of the morning dew, exulting in victory. The experience felt distantly familiar to Lothane, and of course it was, he realized. Corin's circle had reacted much the same way after their more perilous adventures. Yet at the same time, those memories seemed more distant than usual, less wistful. Looking at the men and women around him, they seemed to him every bit like the heroes of the circle had been. Laying on the grass, eyes towards the skies, a piece of Lothane relaxed that had been tight for a long, long time. It truly felt wondrous to once again take the world into his own hands and see things set right, assisted by his trusted friends. Though ruling Corintar still took up most of his time, Lothane would often find occasion to meet up with the party again, and occasionally join them on missions as well. While some complained about the risk to Captain's life and the time spent away from Bernal, none can deny that his mind seems sharper and more energetic than it was before. And perhaps someday, if he takes a moment before rejoining the party in a busy tavern, he might realize those adventurers speak of him in just the way he speaks of Corin. Very nice. Adventurer, Emulant Ascendant Adventurer. Very nice. Monthly military power. Alright, Severed Ear. Can I take anything from you? I didn't think so. How about just your money? You can give me war reps too. And now, Blood Gorger. I'm going to take all your stuff. I definitely want Cstonath. I will take that for now. That's 64. Now Alright, if... Oh, I have a lander right there. Okay, cool. I can... Ah, I see. Cool. I can take stuff that's directly adjacent otherwise. Do I need to humiliate that bad? I don't. I think I'd rather have the stuff. I'd rather have the stuff than the humiliate, actually. Let's come on, huh? Just go this way. Don't be stupid. Very nice. You are on my land. That's okay. Who's next? It's, you. Bladebreaker is next. Heartgrinder and Dog Eater. I can just attack Heartgrinder. They're in a coalition against me? Wow, the orcs really hate me. That's too bad. Die. Yeah, let's get them. Still got those condottieri. Please do your thing, guys. Let's get you out of here. Arrival of an Orcish warband. All right, we have a Adventurers Wanted event. An Orcish warband has arrived in Bernal, leading to a panic among the population. They are asking for immediate support, fearing their outlying settlements will be raided. The local militias are not numerous enough to defend everywhere at once, let alone clearing out the warband by themselves. All right, that's too bad. Oh, hello. Army's over here. Please go kill them. Nope. You got Black Flag. Go get them. Here they are. Please die. Very good. Good stack wipe. They're fighting Clouded Eye. Okay. Not my problem. Is this my siege? It is. Clouded Eye has rivaled me. Okay. Good. Clouded Eye can die next, too. That's too bad. Yes, that was my condottieri down there that are dying. That's too bad. Please die for me. Come on. There we go. You, can I take anything from you? I didn't think so. So instead, I'm just going to take your money. It's helpful. You, go deal with them. We gotta go to my land first. Please go take them out. I don't need that yet. Don't need that yet. No, you're going for it? Perfect. Let's go get Heartgrinder then. Alright, you get to die. Congrats. I can take those. I can take your money. Sounds good. Wound covers coalition me. I don't care. Because you're still on the menu too. General Hospital. Yeah, manpower sounds good. A suggestion has been put forward to set up a general hospital to create a place where the needy would be welcomed and assisted. Public health is very important, and to offer a free midwifery course and some establishments to combat disease would increase the well-being of everyone. Very nice. Yeah, so the orcs are coalitioning me. I really don't care. As long as Clouded Eye doesn't get in, I think I'll be happy. Orcish encampments comes to infighting. Okay, that's too bad. It's already gone. I'm gonna hold off on that. You... Not quite there yet. War weary population. I don't care. Let's just knock that down. That's fine. Very good. Alright, and I think I did this wrong, because I'm only going to be able to take that. That's okay. This is more about sending a message than anything. Let's migrate over here, and we're going to go after Clouded Eye. Alright. We're going to immediately go after Clouded Eye before they join that coalition. Whatever. Clouded Eye, time to die. Actually, go. If I go into their land, I can take their stuff directly. I think that's a little better. Alright, please die. Please die for me. Oh, they left the coalition. That was easy. Because they know they can't stand up to me. How many guys I got left? I got a couple left. But I'm really just abusing these condottieri, huh? I'll take that. What are we doing on government reform? We are ready for that. Okay, cool. So, because we are Corintar, we actually start at a pretty high level of development. We start, over here. So, let's see. So, we have Adventuring Company. Very nice. Which gives us those bonuses and those mechanics. We start with Stripping the Land, which gives us tribal development growth. We have Disciplined Party Leaders, which gives us tax and unrest. And we have End the Greentide. There is war, has been war, will be war. But war for the sake of war means nothing. Wars must be fought to achieve peace. Arosha Oathbreaker. The quest we signed up for did not change because the Dookanson fell. The greenskin hordes, while beaten, continue to infest Escann, defiling and abusing it further with their mere presence. And worse, our brothers and sisters in arms have all but forgotten their purpose, settling the lands and falsifying titles without finishing what we started. The time of rebuilding is for a time of peace, but what is not... That time is not now. Not yet. Very nice. May add tribal land cost minus 50, and here we go. Scanning Administration, which is dev cost and tribal development growth, or Adventure Administration, which is manpower recovery and discipline. I'm gonna go with that one. Because, we're gonna settle down, so fast, it's fine. Flunghead has rivaled me, I don't care. Finish this off, please. Orcish ambushers. Alright. Recently, our trade routes have been plagued with a rather irritating thorn in our side. Reports of a band of orc marauders suddenly appearing and attacking trade caravans and garrison patrols alike before retreating from whence they came, their ill-gotten gains in tow. So far, many attempts to end this threat have been in vain. With the band evading our military forces at best, we're outright destroying our search parties in lightning-quick assaults at worst. While most of our court has advised that we simply double down on our current efforts or establish additional fortifications along our roads, an alternative was offered by a messenger forcefully sent to us by the band itself. In short, they demand a lump sum of wealth, as well as some special privileges, and in exchange they will cease their attacks. Which option should we take? Appease them, it's fine. They're currently oppressed. There are a lot, and I mean a lot of orcs that we're going to have to bring under our control. So I think appeasing them is a better option, because I'd like them to not be oppressed. Because they give better bonuses the more integrated they are. Can we finish this, please? Very good. Okay, looks like I can only take the tribal land anyway. That's fine. Yeah, that's not worth it. Just do that. Look good to me. Come home, please. We have a good amount of money. Any other orcs that we border that we have that we don't have a truce with? Nope. Well, that's fair enough. This province has a lot of bad, so we're gonna move around a little bit. Yeah, let's move back to here. That'll do. All right, and we're out of stuff, but that looks like a good place to end this first episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time.